It's that time, again, as a person in training, to start justifying your job, right? It's unfortunately, we're back to a season where people are thinking like, how do we cut budgets? How do we reduce? And training kind of is one of those first places that gets cut. And I've been in training for a very long time, head of training at different organizations, and run training for quite some time. So it's always something that's top of mind for me. How do I get a return on my investment from training and education? It really depends on the goals. So it's always about justification, right? So what is the benefit of it? Oh, by the way, there's times where training is just not the right solution, or it's part of a bigger solution overall. And if you're unable to do the other things, this part may not even be beneficial. But it is important to talk about what you can do, or how you can do it, or what are the benefits if you do the other things as well. So the first thing I wanted to bring up from a training perspective is to figure out what is the goal. So always ask yourself, what is the main goal of the type of education material that you're building? Who is your audience? What is that going to do for them? So in the case of, let's pick out heavy equipment manufacturers or automotive or marine, like that's the industries that we're in. So I'm going to pick those out as an example. And you want to train technicians, right? Technicians are in short. And if you want your brand and your company to be the place where they're for the dealerships to be able to hire and recruit new talent or bring people on board, you need to have an excellent training program in place to make sure that they're not only able to get answers about your specific pieces of equipment, but they're able to do it and want to work on your equipment as well. So it's not just about the education material, but the overall process to get the material. So let's say something as simple as changing oil or an oil filter or something like that. If you have good documented processes, education material that's out there, and training things that are out there that can walk them through those different steps when they need it. So yes, give them the information up front, but then also so they can find it in the future and make it very easy. It will help those technicians reduce their total time that are out there doing something. Maybe an operator. Let's go over somebody like that. So somebody that's, I've been operating a excavator for, a few years now. And then all of a sudden for 6 months, I had to break off and had to go off and do other things. So what I want to end up being able to do is go, okay, after 6 months of not being in this excavator, how do I remember how to do everything? Again, if you can build training and material that that person could quickly look up and reference without having to go through an entire, 2-3 hour training seminar where they just need to remember the key things, safety processes to make sure they get in properly, make sure that they're executing, looking, the right directions, things like that. But also on top of that, enabling things to make them quicker at their job or more efficient at their job as well. So if they can find those things to remember, because it's been 6 months or even a year since they last touched it, but they've been doing it for forever, they need quick reference material for that. These are things that will return on your investment immensely from a quality of partnership of the people that are actually utilizing your product. They're going to like your product better because they're like, oh yeah, when I'm in this piece of equipment, I'm always doing it better. Mainly because I have access to the material and the information to be able to make myself more efficient at my job. From a technician side, like making sure that they can get the parts and functions and things that they need to be able to fix the equipment quick and easy, because they're probably operating and working on more than just your type of machine. They could be working on, other companies and other producers, but you know what, if you make it so it's very easy for them to find and access the information about your specific piece of equipment, they're going to want to work on your pieces of equipment, making the dealers a little bit easier to maintain and retain talent for those areas as well. So just from those two alone, I hope that helps give you some basic ideas on how you get a return on investment. Brand loyalty is a huge part of that if you're able to do it correctly. Skill in operation, and if your company has that ability to do those things, to be able to put that stuff out there, again, it's going to make the people that own the equipment more efficient, the municipality that owns the equipment, and the people that operate the equipment more efficient as well. So it all reduces costs as long as you put in the proper training, giving it to them the right way, and giving it to them when they actually need it. I hope this helps.